Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here back with a get ready with me. A simple one, as you can see. Just so I can tell you where I've been the past almost 2 years. So, if you're curious, keep on watching. I'm sick. That's why my voice kind of fucked, so I'm trying to speak up, but I only got my voice back like yesterday, so we need to get this video out in less than a week. Let's go! This video mainly is about me explaining as to where I've been the past almost 2 years. The last video I uploaded was August 11th, 2023. It's now the 26th of July, 2025. So where have I been? We're starting with the browse. Where have I been these past 2 years? Everywhere? In August 2023, probably right after this video actually, I met up with Toby and Note because we were actually supposed to be doing our yearly wealth trip with like everyone, but it deemed too costly for some, and some just hadn't saved up to come, so it was just Toby, Note, and I. We went to places, we got tattoos together, like not matching tattoos, but we got tattoos together. We just spent like an entire week together, and it was a lot of fun. After that, I went on holiday with my parents. Then for my birthday, the day before my birthday, the 25th of November, I decided to go to Ireland for a day. I went to Ireland for my birthday for a day. I almost missed my flight back too, so that was something, because they had changed the time of the flight without notifying me. And so I was there on time, and then they just were like, "Are you here for the flight to Amsterdam?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, it's like leaving in like 10 minutes, so you have to get on now." And I was like, "Okay, let me get on." And then she was like, "Ma'am, you have to check in your bag." Like, I had a carry-on, and I was like, "But this was fine, like, on the way here. Like, what do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, it's gonna cost you 75 euros. And I was like, "Okay." I didn't know that. So I give her my card, and she's like, "We don't take these cards. Do you have, like, a credit card?" And I was like, "No, we don't use credit cards, like, at all where I live. So no, I don't have a credit card." She's like, "Can you call someone else?" I was like, "My flight's leaving in 10 minutes. What do you mean?" So, like, I call my sister, I call Note. Note's Irish. I meant Note. I called Note, but Note's, like, preparing for a gig at that moment. So, he couldn't pick up. And then, like, I called my sister, but she's mid-game, so she didn't hear her phone, so she didn't pick up either. And I'm, like, standing there crying to this woman, being like, no one that I know is picking up that could help me out. And she's like, "You're okay. Get on the plane and go home." And I'm like, "Thank you." That's very sweet of her. She could have just left me stranded in Ireland, but she chose not to, which is so very nice of her. It mainly was because there was a woman behind me who literally got like an entire suitcase as her carry-on, and she was being an absolute hell about it. Girl, just think, like, come on. Then after I got home, I started planning the yearly wealth trip for 2024. And so a lot of prep goes into that, because this year more people were coming over. I became really close friends with Gosha through work, and she was also going to stay with us for a few days, which meant that we had 4 people coming from out of the country to stay with us, and just 3 Dutch people who decided to also come, of which I'm one, obviously. Okay. No, this unnecessary. We were able to use my mom's car and just drive to most places. Which, if you know Dutch public transport, you know it's expensive as all hell. For what? I don't know. I'm sure the railways and everything is being worked on 24/7, but like, is it genuinely necessary? Trip goes by, we normally start planning the next one immediately, right? So while we were planning that, Toby like messaged me and being like, I mean, I feel so lonely. And I was like, you figure out your flight and you come here for Christmas. And we obviously invited the others too, but it would be too costly for most people because it is Christmas time. And for some reason, it was doable for Toby. So Toby comes here for Christmas together with Gosia, and we have a great time. We didn't go anywhere just because we had things to prepare before that. Obviously, it's Christmas time, so we need to spend money on Christmas gifts and everything. And it also had been my birthday like a month before, so we didn't really, or we decided to not spend a lot of money on this trip because it was unnecessary. Christmas and New Year's goes by, and Toby goes home, and then in the next year, we are planning for like, okay, we're gonna once again do the trip in August and see whatever happens. To our dismay, that people have to opt out because they just either don't have a job or don't have the funds to get here. And I'm like, I understand. Holidays are expensive, or like vacations are expensive. So I'm like, it's all good, everyone. The remaining people are Toby, Ems, and I. So I was like, okay, if you guys want to come over here, be my guest. I just want to know now before I start planning. And if you guys aren't going to come over, I might just do a solo vacation myself to Greece for my birthday. Because I was talking to one of my coworkers about the fact that I really want to travel. But it's the fact that I don't have my license yet, nor do I still live with my parents. And she's like, that's exactly why you should travel now, because you still have that partial freedom. I was like, she is so right. So I'm talking with Ems about this, and I'm like, if you guys don't figure this out, like if you don't figure out if you want to come here or not for this year's trip at all, like if there's going to be a trip this year. Hello everyone, editor Aline here. Also, 5 a.m. Aline here because I can't sleep, so I decided to edit this video instead. The reason why I was kind of pushing and hurrying them was because I got a specific time from work till when I can request my time off. So if I do it outside of that time schedule or a time period, I might not get the time off that I needed off for this trip. So if they wouldn't get back to me, I would plan my own trip. And that's kind of why I needed them to tell me, like, do you want to do this or do you not? Like, so that's why. I'm gonna go on my own to Greece. And she was like, what if we all go to Greece? I'm like, if Toby's down, I'm down. So I go to the little group chat and I type, Toby, are you down to go to Greece instead of here? And surprisingly, Toby loves here. But he was like, yeah, I'm down. If everyone's coming, then I don't mind where it is as long as we are together. And I was like, he's such a little gay boy. So that's a compliment, Toby, because I know you're watching this. So I'm like, aight, then we're doing that. So we decide to sit down in a call together, and I kid you not, we booked this trip within 2 hours. Max 2 hours. We found an Airbnb, we found flights that were affordable and are allowing us to bring whatever we need. And oh, it's on my nose. I didn't want it on my nose. I'll cover it up with blush, I guess. So we sit down and call. We booked this flight within 2 hours, which is honestly, to me, it's insane. A wealth trip has never been planned this fast. It was just really nice. We bought our tickets, we rented the Airbnb, and it's sick. Like, it went so well. We already kind of have plans on what we want to do when we're there. We're obviously all getting a tattoo. We're going to a museum. We might get a boat to Ithaca. Who knows? We planned this trip, and then at some point, no, the plan was that we were supposed to go in August, but we moved it up to November for my birthday. And so Gusha and I were supposed to go to London around November, because then we were certain that she was gonna be off, or like October. And then we were certain she was gonna be off, so we could do our book trip, which is just me and Gusha going to London for like a week and going to every the works and stuff to find the cheapest books, because it's cheaper there. And then I was like, okay, so I can't do like late October anymore, because I'm obviously going with the others in November and I need money for that too. And she was like, we can go in like June, the first week of June, because it will be right before I know if I am graduating or not. I'm like, I'm down. If you are down, I'm down. So my trip with Gusha moves up to the start of the year, or the first half of the year. So me and Gusha are going to London in June, and genuinely it was so fun. Before Gusha and I went to London, I saw like a bunch of books at the works, and Toby has the works semi near him, and so he was like, you know what, I'll get you those books in case they sell out before you go to London. And I was like, I love you, let's do it. And so Toby buys me like loads of books. Like, he bought me a bag full, a suitcase full, like a tiny one. And I was like, amazing. And so I was like, you know what? I'll see if I can get a flight to Toby, right? No. Every flight was over 300, 400 euros. And then Toby was like, you know what? I'll check. And then Toby checked from him to me 100 euros or something along those lines. Something similar. And I was like, that's so rude. So what Toby did is Toby came here and what's it called? It was just really fun. Like, the planning was easy. Like, the plan was obviously him getting me the books, us going home to my house. And then I was like, my aunt is getting me these zoo tickets, like the little tickets so you can go to the zoo for free. So I was like, you know what? And she got me two. And I was like, you know what if, because my plan was to actually take Gusha with me. And then I was like, you have to use them for a specific time. So I was like, what if, right? What if I surprise Toby with Gusha too? I'll show you the clip. He's here! Oh my god!
This is crazy, guys. I'm actually not fake. This is fake right now.
This is fake?
This is fake.
I'm trying not to walk against a giant ball that's over there.
Why is there a giant ball here?
I don't know.
I thought it was a seal.
Yeah. Could you grab my suitcase?
Oh my goodness. Hi! What the hell? What the hell?
Didn't expect that one, did you?
No! I was like, why are you recording me so consistently? That was unnerving.
Clip shown. And it was so fun. Like, we all went together and we had a great time. Home. Well, we went to eat dinner first, and then after that, Toby went home. But when we were at the airport, like we were there ahead of schedule, just in case, right? Because it would be really nice for him to just get through security as fast as he can so he can go home, because bro hadn't slept in like 3 days. So we get there and we're going to the gate when he's expected to go through the gate, and we're all being led away from that gate to a different gate. And it turned out his flight had 3 hours of delay. And we were just like, what? And awful thing was, Gosha and I both had to like take trains, and I had to take a bus to get home before like, and that would take us like 2 hours. So I wouldn't be home until like 10, and Gosha also wouldn't be home like early, but I also had work the next day. So I was like, Toby, do you mind if I go home? And Gosha too, and he's like, no, I want you guys to be home safe. And then I told bro to keep me like updated, and he did, and like he got home safe, obviously. But it was crazy. Like, why are we changing things like that? So bro did that, and he got home, and then a week after that, I had the Stray Kids concert, which was so fun. I posted the video last week, so get ready with me to go to Stray Kids. So if you haven't seen that, go look at that. It was so fun. I got invited to Gosha's graduation, which I became the designated camera woman, which like I love. I love taking pictures of others. Her graduation, we decided to also plan her birthday. Well, we already had plans, but she invited my parents to come celebrate it with her too. Just kinda, it's really cute, but we're kinda like a big family. Gosha's mom, me, my family. I'm just excited. Because we're gonna bedazzle books. We literally bought like an extra set of the same books in London to do this for her birthday. So I'm excited to do that. Also plan to go to Victor Rush in December. Also got invited to my brother's wedding in September, so this year is gonna be a lot. It's busy, but I like it. I prefer it over nothing happening. My nose is glowing. I'm going for a red lip. And there we have it. I think she's cute. I think I did well. And that was also everything that I've been up to the past 2 years almost. I also got like 3 new cats. I'll post pictures here. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my live update, and then I hope to see you next week for a Rumi inspired golden look. Who said that? Spoiler. See you next week.